obviously we've had an amazing season, not the way that you want to end your season, but on the same hand, I'm just kind of proud of what they've done. So I think nerves had a lot to do with it, and the nice thing is we're graduating 3, and none of them were really on the court, so we're returning a whole lot, starting 2 freshmen, so I think that they'll be a little bit better prepared for this situation. It can be a little bit overwhelming, but I'm still very proud of what they did out there on the court.
We can open up the questions now.
Rebecca, you played a good game. Touching on what Coach said, you know, you guys came out of your region, and what was your take on the game? Did you feel like there was a different kind of emotion or focus or energy with your team compared to how you approached regionals to the Elite Eight?
I think we were a lot more nervous going into this match than we did going into regionals, and I think that played a factor in how we played today. But I'm so proud of what we did this season, and then we always have next season to come out and do better. So, yeah.
Awesome, Coach. We noticed in the third set a change in the center. Was that just, you know, to give a break, or was that a reason behind that?
Yeah, I think just a little bit of a mental break. Talk some things through with our setter, what we wanted to do offensively. I think it was important for us to get the middles more involved as much as possible. Part of that had to do with a little bit of ball control issue early on. But we were a system, we really needed to run the middle. They had a hard time defending against that. We were getting one-on-one situations, and that was the focus. And I felt like I could maybe kind of sit her down and get a little bit better view, maybe my view of the way things looked. And I think Becca, our backup, has done a really nice job for us all year. She's gone in many of the same situations. She played, and we had a couple of big wins when Amanda was hurt. And sometimes Amanda needs that mental break. We talk it through, and then she can come back, give a little bit more energy. And Becca's a really high energy kid, and that's what we needed. We needed everybody to relax a little bit, and she's kind of a goofy kid, you know. And I probably should have done that a little bit earlier, but you know, I definitely think they came out a little tense, but more of a relaxation thing, I think, more than anything. So.
All right, girls, being here now and then wanting to come back next year, where does that leave you guys as far as you've done it once, next time your nerves will be a little bit, you'll be able to see where you've been, your nerves will be gone. What do you think that'll bring for your team next year?
For me personally, from a coaching standpoint, we've had so many firsts this year with our program, which has been my goal, and I know that Ree's been here 3 out of the 4 years that I've been there as a coach, and our goal, we've had these stepping stones, and you know, it's conference, it's regionals, and now we're here at the Elite Eight, which is huge. I mean, we're one of 8 teams in the country still competing. So I think now that we've done it, we went through this at regionals last year. We went through the wide eyes, there's NCAA signs everywhere, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like it's not our own gym, it's not the PSEC gyms. And so we went through that last year, and I think this was huge in just getting them more comfortable. Because they can play at that level. I know they can play at that level. We see it in our gym every day. I think you lose the nerves, and I think that we're a little bit different team. So,
Ree, what do you take from this experience as a captain, as a junior, going into next year? What do you think you guys need to do to take the next level?
Well, I mean, it definitely just kind of, I think it just exposes us to what is out there. Because our program has so many firsts, you know. Last year we made it 1 round in PSACs, and then we lost, and then we also made it 1 round in regionals, and then we lost. And I think it just kind of shows us like the next level, like what we need to shoot for, because we've always seen like, you know, like there's always been that, like the last 2 years there's been that top team, you know, we're like, well, we really want to win PSACs, like that's something that we can see. And I think being here and seeing these teams and just kind of seeing what level they're at and just seeing the competition and the consistency, I think we'll just kind of have a different mindset, like going into next season, knowing that that should be our goal.
I think most of us, when we went into the season, like our goals were to win PSACs, like make it to regionals. I don't think most of us had that goal of making it all the way here. Now that we've been here, like it's going to make us hungry for next year to come back and go farther. Yeah.
That's definitely neat as a coach. Just because, like 3 years ago, and I know Becca was a kid that we were recruiting 3 years ago. But Ree was there when we took him out to Florida and played the Tampas of the world with 5 freshmen starting on the court. So they've come a long way since then, and granted, we now have 2 freshmen on the court, and that happens within the gym setting, but it's really just neat to see how they've evolved as a team and as a family. So.
What changes do you see for next year?
For next year, well, not a lot within our team personnel. You know, obviously we're going to bring a couple kids in, but I think the biggest change is just their desire to get back here and their desire to work in the gym. And that's gotten better every season. I think they're going to be a little bit more physical next year. We've got some young kids. You take number 18, our right side. She's a freshman. She's a basketball player who's learning to become a better volleyball player. And she, you know, she's going to be an athlete, I think, with the spring is going to be phenomenal. You know, we've got a sophomore sitting here. We've got a junior sitting here who has just evolved year after year after year. So I think just the evolution and what comes with repetition is...
Kelly Bartman was probably your most explosive player coming in. What did Dowling do to kind of neutralize her, especially early in the match?
Well, I think early in the match we were setting her a little bit too tight, a little too low, and we needed to give her an opportunity to swing. She's a big physical hitter. She's been our go-to hitter most of the year. But we've also been in situations this year where our teams have, you know, maybe taken our tight line. So when we get in that situation, it opens up the middle. And once you start running the middle effectively, then you don't have to go to your outside as much. Well, the problem we got in was we got into some ball control situations, especially with the lefty when we were receiving, and we couldn't get the ball to the right spot. And even when we were running Kelly out of the back, we still weren't getting her the ball high enough. We've been running her out of the back, out of the front, out of the side, pretty much from everywhere, and we weren't getting her the ball effectively. So, yeah.
I saw you put number 4 in early in game 1.
Okay.
Why did you do that?
I think to let Kate relax a little bit. She was a little tense. So, and that Emily is another kind of free-spirited, bubbly kid that we just wanted to try to find the right combination of a kid just to get everybody to relax. And I don't know that that was necessarily the best decision on my part, but hindsight's 20/20. But she's gone in that situation this year and been absolutely phenomenal, and you know, pulled out 12 to 15 kills. So you know, then we tried Bree. Bree's a really good defensive option. Picks up a lot of balls. We were struggling to pick up the tip. I think they tipped on us probably 7 or 8 times where we didn't pick it up, which is an issue. And she gets a lot of those up. So we went with that decision because we were trying to do the right thing in order to keep the ball playing. So.
Anything else?
Bree, what kind of focus do you think the team will have coming into next season?
I think it'll be kind of just a more like desire, I guess, because we've been here, we've seen it, and I think just kind of leaving it short like we did today. You know, not only coming in one game. I think it'll just kind of leave us hungry for next year.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.